Dylan Yorke on the call for Intros with Kato. Dylan is a defensive tackle out of Sherwood Park, Alberta. He plays on the CFC150 Salisbury team. Dylan, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for joining us today. Let's just tell us a bit about how you got started on your football career.
I started playing football when I was 7 years old. I'm not really sure what it was that made me decide football, but I started playing when I was 7, and it's just been something that I've stuck with ever since then.
What position did you start playing at?
In my very first year, I played offensive line, and then I played running back and linebacker for 4 years, I think, and then switched back to offensive and defensive line.
Do you prefer one over the other, offense or defense?
Defense, definitely.
Why do you like the defensive position?
I feel like playing offensive line is a lot more complicated and in-depth, and defense, I've always just preferred defense. Even when I played running back and linebacker, playing linebacker was much more enjoyable for me. I like the position better. I like the roles that you have as a defensive lineman better.
What type of a player would you say you are?
I'm a very aggressive and assertive player. I'm a very strong pass rusher while also being able to hold the line and play good run defense. I'm quick. I'm assertive. I'd say I play smart.
Are you flashy?
Definitely, yes.
Definitely. What type of coaching do you best respond to? What motivates you?
One of my favorite forms of coaching would be constructive criticism. When I played for the Bantam Rams in Sherwood Park, I was coached by Ed Kusi, and he was definitely one of the, you did this right, but there was lots of things that you can still improve on. And having that kind of mentality where even when you have good plays, there's still the little things that can get better, I think has really pushed me to be a better player than I ever thought I could have been.
During the season, what's your favorite part about football?
I would say one of the things that I miss the most, if not winning games with my team, is just being in the locker room and being around that atmosphere where it's just such a great place to be, I would say. I just love being with my team.
What are your goals what were your goals for this season? I recognize we're almost through the season, but what were your goals going into this with the knowledge of that there wasn't going to be one?
I think the main goal really was to win a city championship and finally beat Ainley. But I was looking to have a stellar season as a D lineman and really show that that's where I'd like to play, and I was hoping to have a good enough season that I could get a little more attention from schools this year. During
the off season, did you have to be a bit more creative because you may not have had access to certain resources because of the pandemic, or and because of that, were you able to train pretty much like you would have, or did you reach any personal bests during that time?
There was a short period of time where it was pretty tricky to have lots done, but recently I've been training with one of my friend's dads who's a bodybuilder, and we work out there and we do conditioning, and it's been great. We've all gotten way stronger and way faster, and I would say probably one of my better off seasons, even with all the restrictions we have through COVID.
Would you say that's just because you're more focused, because that's really all you are able to do?
Partly, yes.
How has the recruiting process been for you? I know you're the class of 2022. Has it started for you yet? Have you reached out to coaches or vice versa?
There hasn't been a lot, but I've definitely talked to some schools, not really with scholarships or football in mind, but we've connected and we've just like the beginnings of talking to lots of schools. Is
there any schools that you're really interested in learning more about at this early stage?
As of right now, there's not really too many schools that are like
no front runners.
Yeah, but it's definitely something that I'm looking to get more knowledgeable about.
In terms of academics, what's your favorite subject at school, and what are you hoping to take at the next level?
I would say out of all of the subjects, definitely my favorite and best is math. As of right now, I think my goal is I'd like to go into law school eventually.
Have you wanted to do that from a young age, or has that just kind of started to grow?
It's not something that I've really wanted to do since I was young, but it's definitely something that as I've grown older, I've gotten more interested in.
Do you find that it's tough with the performance expectations that you put on yourself, or that others put on you? Do you find that hard to deal with that pressure?
There are definitely some times where it feels like there's a lot of pressure and there's a lot of people counting on me at some points in time, but I'm not sure if there's ever been a point in time where it's been too much. I definitely have a very good support group through my family and friends who are always there for me. And
do you have to deal with a lot of peer pressure from outside, like your peers, or it sounds like you said you have a pretty good support network around you, and like-minded people are giving you good advice? Do you find that the pressures of maybe being distracted by things that would pull you away from achieving your goals, do you find that that's tough for you to deal with?
No, most of the people that I spend most of my time with are lots of my friends from football and lots of the guys who we train with. So lots of us are very like-minded in the fact that we'd all like to succeed and move to the next level in football. So it's definitely something that is never being worried about throughout my group of friends.
Do you have any words of advice for younger players?
I'm not sure. I'd say work really, really hard and listen to your coaches.
I'm going to ask you, we're going to play a little game here. I'm going to ask you a question and you just tell me the answer that applies to you, or I'm going to say two things and you say the one that you prefer, okay?
Sounds great.
What are you watching on Netflix?
The 100.
What's on your music playlist?
Mostly rap and hip hop. I've really liked Savage Mode 2 that just came out a while ago.
Summer Olympics or Winter Olympics?
Winter, probably.
What would be your favorite event?
I feel like really the only thing I've ever watched through the Olympics is probably hockey.
What's your favorite holiday?
Probably Halloween.
Pineapple on pizza or not?
No.
Any reason?
I just never really liked it.
What's your spirit animal?
That's tough. I really like penguins, but they're not a really cool spirit animal. Like,
sure
there's
they
kind
are.
of, yeah, probably penguins then.
I like it. That's unique. We haven't had that answer yet. We've had a dolphin, but we haven't had the penguin, so that's a good one. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's kind of just like, it's a sandwich. It's two pieces of bread with stuff in the middle. I don't know. I guess, yes, it is.
Do you have any tattoos?
No.
Do you want to get them?
I would like to get one, but I don't have anything that's, I would say, meaningful enough to get a tattoo.
Where would you put it?
Probably on my forearm.
Do you prefer dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Who would win a fight between Spider-Man and Batman?
Spider-Man.
If you met a genie who offered you 3 wishes, what would you wish for?
That's tough. Probably money, success, and I don't know. That's probably it. There's not much else. Maybe
Not
more
like-
wishes.
Not like, you can't ask for more wishes. Maybe like health,
Yeah, good
love,
health, my family.
a vacation. One more. Do you kick the single to tie the game, or do you go for 2 to win the game?
Tie the game and put it in overtime.
Okay, Dylan, those are great answers. Thanks for taking the time to join us for Intros with Kato. Good luck this upcoming year, and we will keep our eye on you.
Thank you.
Looking for more exclusive Canadian recruiting content? Become a CFC Insider Gold or Silver member today for access to rankings, analysis, and the latest recruiting news from across the country.